Hello and welcome back to Bigby Plays the Deed. Last time we went to jail by ourselves because we couldn't we couldn't frame the butler like I wanted to. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play this again. We're gonna go faster this time. Pilgrim Adventures. We're gonna play this again. We're gonna skip the intro because we've done this before. But I want to play this game until I don't get caught. Good evening, Mr. Aaron. May I take your coat? Only if I can take your dress. Certainly, my dear, but only if I can take your dress. Mr. Aaron, there's no way to talk to a lady. Mr. Aaron was just making a little joke, George, it's fine. But he can't talk to. It's fine, George. Please let me take your coat. You're new, aren't you? Sophia is my name. I recognize you from your pictures, Mr. Aaron. I'm not new exactly. I've been employed by your family for almost a year. Is that to say you never visited before? My work keeps me very busy, unfortunately. I understand. I've been away from my family a lot since I started this job. You are here now, and I'm sure you are eager to meet with the others. Your father's in the library on the left, and your mother's in the parlour, which is on your right. Your sister's upstairs in her room, I think. Thank you for your help, Sophia. You are very welcome, Mr. Aaron. I will be in the kitchen preparing dinner. I'll sound the bell when dinner is served. Well, even now the familiar... Alright, we already know that. Oh, I think I know what I'm going to do. Get away, boy. The chair is for the dog. Hello, Father. Father remains silent. You told me you'd never enter this house again, boy. Why are you here? It's obvious why I'm here. I want to put all the unpleasantries behind us and wish you a happy birthday. Happy 50th birthday. Happy? You honestly think this is a happy day for me? Another day when I watch my life's work crumble into nothing. Another day to see your bloodline slit its own road. You know how to make me happy. Move back to Dunshoyle. Take your proper place and do your damn duty. Move back to Dunshoyle, so you can insult and torment at your whim, as you always have done. Not likely, Father. Not in 100 years. You still haven't learned to watch your mouth, have you? You're the same snot-nosed brat you always were, boy. Obviously, I didn't give you enough discipline as a child. You gave me dozens of beatings, Father. I remember every single one of them. Did you ever consider trying another method, perhaps? Not for a moment. You were always a snide little weasel. The best I could do was beat some of it out of you. You should be thanking me for it, not trying to condemn me. I think I've heard enough from you. Get out of here. Alright. Well, we are going to take the leather toss. I don't know what that is. It is a blaming white item. Well, now I need a weapon. But first I want to talk to Mother. Ah, yes, that's right. She, damn it. I hate getting in loops. So, I have no idea what you mean, Mother. I am here to celebrate Father's birthday, is all. Certainly hope that is the case. This family has been through enough. Have you been up to... She's been going through a difficult... You sound worried. You think it's serious? I have not seen her this bad in a long time. Do you remember that summer when she with the razor in the bathroom? Yes, I remember. Yeah, we already went through this. Alright. Now I do want to talk to the maid. Because... Oh, hello, Mr. Harrison. Is there something I can do for you? Yes, I want to know what time dinner will be served. It won't be long, Mr. Aaron. I'm preparing your father's favourite, and I want to make sure it's cooked perfectly. Hey, there's no rush, really. You look like you're sweating yourself to death in here. Oh, you are kind. But please, don't worry about me. It's my job. I would never complain about the little hard work. All that matters all that matters to me is that everything goes smoothly. I'm sorry. I must get back to work now. I will ring the bell when dinner is ready. Yes. Because now I have a better plan. I have a second... I didn't want to go in here. I did not want to go in there. I want to go down here and talk to the butler. Because if I talk to the butler, maybe I can kick his ass. Ah, fucking A, these doors. This is definitely an RPG breaker. Oh, it's you, sir. Seem annoyed about something. I don't like the way you spoke to Sophia just now. Frankly, I'm quite shocked and disgusted, sir. Don't tell me you've never flirted with a pretty girl, with a pretty piece of skirt. There's no harm in it. Even if you're right, there is a time and a place for everything. It seems you mustn't. You have a lot to learn about being a man. Sir, unfortunately, it is not my place to teach you. This conversation is over. You son of a bitch. How the hell do I get George to leave? Well, now I do want to check my parents' room for anything I can use. I need my coat. Oh, but that's where the shotty is. Alright, next time we go through this. There are so many ways. There's so many ways. Like if I had my coat, and then I used the thought, yeah. My formal bedroom. Whatever items I left behind, vacant and barren. All that's in here is my sword, which I also need the coat for. Undergarment. Let's see, there's a knife, rat poison. Is there any weapon in here? Doesn't seem to make phone calls. I need a weapon. I'll keep it covered. Various household tools and a spot. You spot a thick rope. Strangulation is certainly a tried and tested method of murder. Let's take the rope. Are you sure you want to take the rope? Yes. Alright. Good. Good, good, good. Father is in the library. This is the foyer. This is the parlor. Okay. Alright, we need to remember. Dinner is served. Sophia, could you come here for a moment? Yes, ma'am. Pour me some wine. Yes, ma'am. But, madam. Oh, what is it, George?
I mean, he is the butler. I must protest. I've always been on my duty to pour the wine.
Oh, dear, don't cause any trouble. Nonsense. What does it matter, George? Stop being over pedantic.
But I...
Are you going to let George get away with this disobedience, mother?
Of course not.
You and I will have a word after the dinner, George.
Yes, madam. Let your mother deal with it, would you? We don't need your interference.
An interfering little rat, isn't he, Daddy? Oh, shit, I never talked to Sis. Careful, Father. There's no need to make a scene at dinner.
I'll show you a scene. Get over here.
Malcolm, please, let's not permit his behaviour to ruin dinner.
Yes, I suppose you're right. You can count on your lucky stars, boy.
Sophia, could you come here, please? Yes, Miss Jennifer. I just wanted to say that this was the loveliest meal I have ever tasted. I don't know how you do it, you cunning pixie. You are too kind, miss. Of course I will have tea and cakes for you in the drawing room, as usual. Oh, you are so good to me, you sweet thing. So very, very good to me. I wouldn't mind some of your hot cake. And why haven't I been offered a serving of your sweet buns, Sophia? Aaron, leave the poor girl alone. Anyway, let's not forget why we are here today. To celebrate your father's birthday. such a very important occasion for us all. You are so dear to us, Malcolm. Happy birthday, Daddy. Indeed, happy birthday, Father. Let's hope it will be one to remember. Doing the deed. Now it is time to quickly paint any items of evidence you have. Alright. I do want to put an item in the sister's room. My father used to beat you. He never even repeated the old cliche, "This hurts me more than it hurts you." You want... Yes. Doesn't make a lick of fucking sense. But I am fucking blaming Dad. Yes. Rope. Oh shit. Holding the rope in both hands, you creep up behind your sister and pull the noose over her head. She gasps and begins to struggle, but you hold it tight around her neck. It takes some time before she finally goes limp, and you let her drop to the floor, and the rope is still around her neck. Someone might have heard the sound of that struggle. It's time to get out of this room. Alright. Now we are going into the parlor, of all things. Alright, we are in the parlor with Mother. We're staring out the window. And that bitch screams. Man, we are already at 11 minutes. We are going way faster than we did the last episode. That's because I'm skipping a lot of stuff. And my voice acting is great. Alright. Now we know that's good evening. I understand that there's damn right. Alright. Now this area is the part where we will figure out the interview. Thank you for joining me here, Mr. Bruce. I'm sure this won't take long. Before we begin, I will need to search your person. Best to get these formalities out of the way. Is this really necessary? I'm afraid so. Turn around, please. Now that's out of the way, let's move on to the interview. As you know, I have already spoken to everyone else who was present in the house at the time of your sister's death. We've also completed the initial surveillance of the house, but we'll get to that later. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? First, we'll have three activity. The maid says the butler arrived at 7 o'clock. The maid says you made a rather improper remark about sexual natures towards her. This leads me to question your character. It was intended purely as a light-hearted joke. In retrospect, it may have been inappropriate. Yes, it is entirely impossible to misjudge these situations, isn't it? It's worth noting that the butler also had commented on your inappropriate behavior towards the maid. Then he went to speak to the maid again, which is curious. I was hungry. I wanted to know when dinner would be served. That makes sense. Later on, you had a conversation with your mother, Gloria, in the parlor. She says you spoke briefly to your sister about apparently you seemed quite concerned for her well-being. My mother and I were concerned that my sister might try to take her own life, as she had attempted once before. She had she? I'll make note of that. You went to see your father in the library. I understand the conversation was quite heated. My father was a very short-fused man. Many of our conversations go that way. Would you say he has a violent temper? Absolutely. I see, that's good to know. You discussed the prospect of moving back to Dunshire. You refused to do so under the circumstances. I understand. Of course, I hated every moment that I lived in this house. I see. Do you hate your family, Mr. Bruce? That's not what I said. Right. Let's discuss your conversation with the butler. As I understand, he confronted you about your earlier behavior with the maid. I understand that you defended your actions by stating that it was merely simply of having a bit of fun. Do you often have fun at the expense of others, Mr. Bruce? I only have fun at the expense of floozies who like to play hard to get, Mr. Bruce. I find that quite shocking. No, I didn't see Jennifer until dinner. Very well then. Let's move on to the events that took place during dinner. There was something, I gather. Apparently, you were offended by his behavior. I don't know how my family puts up with it. Servants need to learn learn to keep their mouths shut and do as they are told. It seems rather unfeeling. I will not apologize for having high expectations. I gather that your father rather lost his temper at one point. I confessed I was probably the cause of that. I was trying to intentionally irritate. I see. Well, it was good of you to admit that. Apparently, you made a rather lecherous comment towards the maid. Obviously. She can bend over my plate any time. Mr. Bruce, please keep your vulgar thoughts to yourself. Now I need to ascertain your location at the time of your sister's death. Where were you? I was on the ground floor. I was in the West Wing, and I was in the parlour. I was in the parlour. Ah, yes, your mother mentioned you were in there with her. As I said earlier, we have completed our initial search for the lot of tools while searching your sister's room. Do you anything? Yes, it belongs to my father. Interesting. That it should be kept in your sister's room. Was your father ever violent towards your sister? Let's just say he was never one to spare the strap. I see. I am curious about the murderous weapon. The rope which was used to strangle your sister came out of the butler's cupboard, which is generally kept locked, I believe. Suicide is a possibility. She may have tried to hang herself, and the rope came loose, causing her to fall to the floor. It is all very interesting. I will be completely honest with you for now, Mr. Bruce. Your behavior this evening may cause for suspicion. Also, I must regard your father as a suspect, even though the evidence is far from conclusive. There is a question or two regarding the butler, but personally, I don't buy it. Too cliché. Despite her condition, I don't believe your sister committed suicide. As for what happened, sister, I'm going to ask you to accompany me to the station for further questioning. Am I under arrest? Not certainly, Mr. Bruce. Not currently, Mr. Bruce, unless you want to that way. Although I think I will have some more further questions for your father later. A verdict of suicide seems unlikely, I'm afraid. What is this? Am I still going to jail? Or am I just going for questioning? You and your father were both taken in for questioning, and you did the best to convince him that you are your innocence and your father's guilt. However, the police soon discovered that you had an obvious motive. You wanted your sister dead. For that moment on, you were the prime suspect. The trial was a long and difficult one. Finally, the jury found you guilty of the crime. You were given a life sentence for the murder of your sister, and you would be spending the rest of your life sleeping behind bars. If you drank in your dank little cell and nowhere to hide or escape the nightmares when they came. Ugh! Fucking bitch! I thought that would have been a foolproof plan. Foolproof plan, motherfuckers. Fuck! My sister's a bitch. This game's kind of hard. I wanna get it to where I can kill her and get somebody else framed. That's what I want. I'm gonna try this game one more time at a later time and date. But for now, have fun. Goodbye. See you next time.